SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
You are streaming the Rock Spotlight, and we are touching down in Burke, Virginia for our featured artist, Lionel Ward. Rockabilly, retro rock, excellent music, a really hardworking indie artist we are featuring here on Spotlight. If you like what you hear, stick around because later on in the program we'll give you information where you can go to purchase downloads and also stream the music of Lionel Ward. First of all, though, let's get into some of our interview. I asked Lionel to tell everyone a little bit about himself. Who is Lionel Ward?
I've been doing music since I was 9, and I could actually play the guitar by looking at your hands. But I never actually knew what I was doing. I was just mimicking you. And I was able to sing and, have a good time, and it just grew from there. And then music just became a part of my life. Been very successful at it. I've toured all over Europe and all over the States, and met up with Wolfman Jack. He's the one who discovered me on Sonic Records, and it's been very, very, very interesting, very nice.
So now you're located in Virginia, correct?
Yes.
Whereabouts in Virginia?
Burke, B-U-R-K-E, Burke, Virginia, right outside of Springfield.
Where is that by?
That's by the D.C. and Maryland. They call it the tri-state area.
Okay. How are things going out there with COVID-19? Have any of the venues opened back up? Is there any ability to do any live performances?
Every performance we've had has been canceled. All the fairs. Oktoberfest, we had 2 months of dinner theater canceled, which was December and January, and that's all canceled. Everything is canceled. Everything.
Do you do any Facebook live streams or anything like that since everything's been locked down?
We've done that. We've done Zooming, doing recording, and now we're in the process of cutting a video to all the girls and just concentrating on getting ready for 2021.
So let's talk about some of the songs that we have here at SongCast. What about I Got Struck by Lightning? Tell me a little bit about that one.
Got Struck by Lightning. That was written by Ronnie Napier, who was Wolfman Jack's producer. And we needed a couple original songs for the album. And he wrote that, Got Struck by Lightning. It did very well for us.
Here is Lionel Ward, featured artist on the Rock Spotlight. I Got Struck by Lightning. True music discovery on SongCast.
I was walking down the street when she passed me by. Hold it up, she was the reason why. Well, girl, I always wanted just flash before my eyes. I could hear the wind and thunder. It's my heart goodbye. I got struck by the lightning. I got struck by the lightning. I got struck by lightning. Without a cloud in the sky, I began to tremble. My heart skipped a beat. She was the blaze of glory. I could feel the burning heat. She had me reeling, rocked me back on my heels. I just couldn't help it. She had the looks that killed. I got struck by the lightning. I got struck by the lightning. I got struck by lightning. You hit me right between the eyes. Every time she passed my way, I saw a bright light. My body started sweating. I thought that I would die. I looked to the sky, held help me please. That's when the bolt of lightning knocked me to my knees. Yeah.
are listening to Lionel Ward, featured artist on the Rock Spotlight. What a great song to open up with. I Got Struck by Lightning. If you like what you hear, stick around. We will give you some information a little later on in the program where you can download and stream tracks from Lionel Ward and support this great indie artist. Right now, let's go back to our interview. In this segment, I asked Lionel about a track called To All the Girls.
To all the girls, we tried to capture all the girls that everybody knew. Like when you were in high school, you know, you had Bob Ryan, you had Peggy Sue, and we included all of them in the song. And just to all the girls that everybody knew.
And that is the title track to the album we have here at SongCast.
Yeah. To all the girls, yeah.
And if you like what you hear, of course, you could purchase tracks on Amazon, on Apple Music, stream on Spotify. You can also stream on SoundCloud, on YouTube Music. If you like what you hear, absolutely support this great indie musician, for sure. Here is Lionel Ward, To All the Girls, our featured artist on the Rock Spotlight, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
Sometimes I miss the good old days when Bobby socks were cool. Well, a 57 Chevrolet and a crew cut was a rule. I remember how we listened to the songs that hit the charts and the girl that won away in my heart. Well, it was Baba Rebel, Billy Peggy Sue. Sometimes when I take those golden 45s down off that old shelf, my memory starts to come alive, and I'm lost inside of myself. Oh, they take me back to yesterday, to places that I've been, and that feeling makes me fall in love again. Oh, little Baba Rebel, really Peggy Sue. Oh, the sun is in your eyes. Venus had her blue jeans, and Kathy had a cloud. They may be just a memory, but they'll always be around. Oh, Baba Rebel, really Peggy Sue. Oh, Donna, hello, Mary Lou. I remember.
SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
You are listening to an interview with Lionel Ward, featured artist on the Rock Spotlight, exclusively on SongCast. What about Little Sister? How did you come to record that one?
Well, we were doing that in the show, and Little Sister, of course, Elvis was the first one to record that, then Dwight Yoakam recorded it. And so we recorded it, and it's really uplifting. It's a different beat.
Here is Little Sister, Lionel Ward, featured artist on the Rock Spotlight, exclusively on SongCast.
Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Yeah, baby, it's nice and tender. Wrong. Hey, little sister, don't you do what your big sister does? Oh, well, I need you, big sister. Oh, and I took it to a show. I waited for some candy, long came to candy, and it's right out the door. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Tell me that it's nice and near. Wrong. Yeah, little sister, don't you do what your big sister does? Well, every time I see your sister with somebody new, she's mean and she's evil like that little old boy evil. Cause I'm out of love with you. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Tell me that it's nice and near. Wrong. Yeah, little sister, don't you do what your big sister does? Your pigtails, bent your turned-up nose. Late evening growing, baby, it's been showing from your head down to your toes. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Tell me that it's nice and dandy. Wrong. Hey, little sister, don't you do what your big sister does? Sister, don't you do what your big sister does? Yeah, sister, don't you do what your big sister does?
Lionel Ward, True Music Discovery on SongCast. That was to all the girls on this rock spotlight. We are in the middle of an interview with Lionel Ward. If you like what you hear, support this hardworking indie artist. Buy some tracks on Amazon, on Apple Music, stream on Spotify, on SoundCloud, on YouTube Music. Post on social media. Tell your friends about this amazing performer, Lionel Ward, as we get back into our interview and start talking about a track called She's Too Pretty to Cry.
There was a blind DJ in North Carolina that wrote that song, and he had local success after it, out of it, and then we loved it so much we covered it.
If somebody wants to find you on social media, where can they find you online?
You can go to lionelward.com. I'm there. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all of that.
Here is She's Too Pretty to Cry. Lionel Ward, featured artist on the Rock Spotlight, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
Sleeping as she lays there softly weeping. I can't believe that I've been so unkind, but the soft touch of another has taken my love from her. She's laying there so satisfied.
Lionel Ward, featured artist on the Rock Spotlight. Another great track, She's Too Pretty to Cry. Make sure you check out LionelWard.com, also on Facebook, all over the internet, and buy tracks everywhere that SongCast music is distributed. You can buy music from Lionel Ward on Amazon, Apple Music, stream on Spotify, on SoundCloud, YouTube Music. Tell your friends to buy some music from Lionel Ward. Share his music with your friends. Give the gift of music and support this hardworking indie artist. Let's continue on with our interview and more candid conversation with rocker Lionel Ward. True music discovery. It's right here on SongCast. Let's talk about a couple more from this To All the Girls release. How about Rockabilly Rebel?
Oh, that's cool. That was cut in Australia. There's some Australian guys that wrote that. And Rockabilly Rebel. That's a good stand-up bass we have in that. And that's really a fast-moving song. You know, it's cool. It's cool. I like the way it moves. And we use the stand-up bass during the show with that. The bass player switches up. You know, it breaks and it moves. And it's just, you know, because if you think about it, rock and roll wasn't even a word. And so if you were back then, like they used to call Elvis Presley the hillbilly cat, because rock and roll hadn't been phrased yet. And then when it did get phrased, people started calling it rockabilly, because it wasn't rock and it wasn't rock and roll, but it was still hillbilly music, because they were calling Elvis a hillbilly cat. So then it became rockabilly and then into rock and roll. So if you were rockabilly, you were a rebel.
Mama don't like it, way I comb my hair. Papa thinks I'm crazy, in the clothes I wear. Listen to my records, play them all day. And what I am, I'm gonna keep it rocking this way. I'm a rockabilly rebel, from head to toe. Gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody enjoy those good company. Be a real cool cat, be a rockabilly rebel like me. Kids in the schoolhouse, took way too long. School is over, and the cat goes home. You ought to hear the slap bass ringing through the band. Real rockin' rhythm is rolling all over the land. I'm a rockabilly rebel from head to toe. Gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join those good company. Be a real cool cat, be a rockabilly rebel like me. The message, it's a pop boom beat. Right with your body, boy, and your feet. Shaking in your shoes, boy, gonna make you feel wild. You can't dance, but I'm gonna show you how. I'm a rockabilly rebel from head to toe. Gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join those good company. Be a real cool cat, be a rockabilly rebel like me. I'm a rockabilly rebel from head to toe. Gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join those good company. Be a real cool cat, be a rockabilly rebel like me. Be a real cool cat, be a rockabilly rebel like me. Be a real cool cat, be a rockabilly rebel like me. Oh, yeah.
Lionel Ward, Rockabilly Rebel. Lionel is the featured artist on this Rock Spotlight. Amazing music, nice trip backward in time, great production, great arrangements. Let's continue on with our interview with artist Lionel Ward. Where did you record this album, To All the Girls? The production on it is so clean and crisp, man. It's just really a great recording.
It's Sonic Records. It was Wolfman Jack's studio before he passed away.
Where is that studio? Where was that located? What city?
Washington, North Carolina. Washington, North Carolina. It's still there.
How long were you in the studio recording these tracks?
Oh, about a week.
Wow. That's a lot of work to get done in a week. How many tracks is there here?
We were already performing those, so it went quite smooth.
I asked Lionel about new projects on the horizon.
We got a whole album of Elvis songs coming out that we're going to be putting up on SongCast. They're just covers that we do during the show and stuff, but it was fun to do because, it's like we call it timeless music. No matter where you play, you're always going to get requests for Elvis, Roy Orbison, Chuck Berry. Those people are timeless. They're never going to go away. It makes sense to keep the music alive, so we recorded a whole album of nothing but Elvis music. Everything from My Way to The Wonder of You to American Trilogy. And we included a lot in there.
Tell me about the track Romeo in Blue Jeans and your version of it.
That also was written by Lonnie Napier, Romeo and Blue Jeans.
That was another one of my favorites as I was going through your album.
Yeah. Because, when you think about it, blue jeans, way back when, you never wore blue jeans. Nobody did when they went out. And then came the urban cowboy days, and by God, you had designer blue jeans. So then they became Romeo and Blue Jeans because they would take off the three-piece suits and go put on that designer blue jeans and dance all night. So they became Romeo and Blue Jeans.
Thanks so much to Lionel Ward for hanging out with us and for all the great music. Again, purchase on Amazon. Go to Apple Music. Stream on Spotify, on SoundCloud. Tell your friends about Lionel Ward. Go to lionelward.com. Say hello on Facebook. Share some of his social media. Turn people on to this great indie artist. Here is our last track, Romeo in Blue Jeans. Lionel Ward from Burke, Virginia. True music discovery on SongCast.
Baby says she needs a new lover to take her away from her mother. She's got a plan, she's gonna find a new man, gonna be somebody's wife. Don't you understand? I'm gonna be her man. I'm gonna change her life. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans. Once she sees in her daydreams, I'll give her everything she ever needs. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans. Baby says she knows what she's after, something short of pure disaster. She stays out all night trying to make it feel right. No one ever calls her up. She always picks at me, worst you've ever seen. I'm gonna change her luck. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans. Once she sees in her daydreams, I'll give her everything she ever needs. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans. Once she sees in her daydreams, I'll give her everything she ever needs. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans. Once she sees in her daydreams, I'll give her everything she ever needs. I'll be her Romeo in blue jeans.
Listen, explore, discover indie music from around the world. Spotlight features all types of indie music: hip-hop, rock, pop, electronic, country, blues, jazz, and more. Spotlight. Listen to thousands of hours of archived indie music anytime, anywhere. Experience Spotlight, the best indie music from around the world. Commercial-free and free to stream. SongCast Radio. True music discovery.